We have to understand a few things before we can dive into our 12-week minor key challenge. First, what are minor keys? Well, just like the major keys, minor keys have 7 notes in the scale that form a pattern of whole and half steps. The characteristic or feel of minor keys sounds different though. They sound more melancholy and mysterious. So here's a C major scale. And here's a C minor scale. So they sound different because of the pattern of steps that they create. If you remember from our 12-week major key challenge, a major scale pattern is starting note, then whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. The minor scale pattern is starting note plus whole, half, whole, whole, half, whole, whole. But you don't have to remember that as long as you know your key signatures. Each minor key has a relative major key that shares the same key signature. To find the minor key that shares the same major key signature, all you have to do is count down 3 half steps from the first note in the major key. So let's figure out what minor key has no sharps or flats, just like C major. C is the first note of C major, so we'll count down 3 half steps. And remember not to count the C as number 1. So it's starting note C plus 1, 2, 3 half steps down. This is A. So that means that A minor has no sharps or flats in the key signature. So they are relative majors and minors. So we know the pattern of whole and half steps in a minor scale, which we don't even have to know as long as we know about relative major and minor key signatures. Now, let's talk about altered minor scales. Altered meaning adding some kind of accidental outside of the key signature. There are several altered minor scales, but we'll talk about the 2 that are the most popular. Let's use A minor relative to C major as an example. When we play the A minor scale without any alterations, it's just all white keys, right? This is called the natural minor scale, right? And that makes sense because we're not changing any notes in the key. The first altered scale that I want to talk about is called the melodic minor scale. On the way up, the 6th and 7th scale degrees are raised a half step. So looking at the A minor scale, we need to change or alter the F and G. Now we have but it changes on the way back down to a normal natural minor scale. So the 6th and the 7th scale degree are raised on the way up and then lowered back down to their natural state. The second altered scale is called the harmonic minor. And this scale remains the same up and down. All you do is raise the 7th scale degree. So keep scale degree 6 natural and then raise scale degree 7 up a half step to G sharp. So when you practice your minor scales, you'll have 3 variations to practice: natural, melodic, and harmonic. But you'll only have 1 arpeggio for each minor key. And I'll suggest metronome goals for each tier. Remember, we have 2 tiers, but feel free to make your own goals as they suit you. Remember to download the challenge tracker to keep track of your metronome goals and the pieces that you learn. And then finally, if you choose not to learn a piece in the minor key, maybe you know you're going to be really extra busy at work or something, then you can learn the primary chords instead. And I'll have sheet music for you that you can download. And they're not just regular blocked primary chords. There'll be a pretty arrangement of broken. So it will be better than just regular chords. So I think this is going to be a great addition to your technique toolkit, and I'm really looking forward to starting next week.